In Myanmar, both the military administration and the opposition are both stepping up efforts to secure international support. Our senior Myanmar and ASEAN correspondent Leong with this report.
First, India, and now China. Two of Myanmar's biggest neighbours have stepped up engagement with leader Min Aung Hlaing on the global stage. But experts say these engagements are conditional and are largely driven by strategic interests.
What kind of leverage does India really possess? They give military hardware, but India does not have very big, let's say, economic investments in Myanmar, other than the Kaladan waterway, which is actually part of India's security influence. The Yunnan government is trying to persuade Chinese companies to return to Myanmar, but they are seeking assurances, security assurances. India and China are not interested so much in the Myanmar people's welfare. They are looking very much at their national strategic interests.
Yet, such high-level engagements may enhance Myanmar's diplomatic standing and reduce its international isolation. Geopolitical experts say other countries and blocs like ASEAN will take these signals into account as they shape their approach towards Naypyidaw. But for now, ASEAN's position on Myanmar remains largely unchanged. Until Naypyidaw makes progress on the 5-point consensus, including ending violence and beginning inclusive peace talks, Min Aung Hlaing is unlikely to regain full participation in ASEAN meetings. But that doesn't mean Myanmar has not made diplomatic inroads with some ASEAN members. Thailand has said it wants to help bridge the divide between ASEAN and Naypyidaw. Bangkok's reasoning is straightforward. It agrees with ASEAN that Myanmar needs to make progress. But as a country sharing a long border with Myanmar, Thailand has direct security and economic interests that require closer engagement with Naypyidaw. Other ASEAN states also appear to follow suit. Most recently, Laos Foreign Minister visited Myanmar and discussed plans for broader cooperation. This followed engagements by other regional diplomats, including Malaysia, Indonesia, and the Philippines. Taken together, analysts say these moves suggest Myanmar is gradually reopening diplomatic channels with parts of the Southeast Asia region. But one expert warns that it's also important for regional diplomats to engage other stakeholders in Myanmar, like the ethnic resistance organizations or EROs, and not just the Min Aung Hlaing administration.
Having leverage on Naypyidaw is not the same as having leverage on the whole of the country. We have to recognize the impact of the EROs. We just can't, as I've said again and again, we just can't afford to just deal with Naypyidaw. So, think about Arakan. You can say that now Arakan is semi-sovereign now. So if you want to deal with the Bay of Bengal, if you want to deal with Bangladesh, and if you want to deal with the Rohingya refugees, you have to deal with the Arakan army.
ASEAN Special Envoy Teresa Lazaro has also been trying to balance these engagements with Myanmar. She met Min Aung Hlaing earlier this year and is planning to engage opposing factions next month. As the Min Aung Hlaing administration steps up its diplomatic outreach, its opponents, including the National Unity Government or NUG, is also trying to keep pace. The opposition camp has recently formed the Steering Council for the Emergence of a Federal Democratic Union, or SEF, to strengthen coordination between the NUG and ethnic armed groups. The NUG's foreign minister had also travelled overseas to Canada and Thailand to promote its position and seek international support. But one crucial bridge remains missing, and that's the dialogue between the Min Aung Hlaing administration and the opposing groups, including the NUG and ethnic resistance organizations. ASEAN, meanwhile, continues its efforts to bring all sides to the table in the hope of finding a political solution to Myanmar's crisis. Leong, CNA.